Today, I'm going to walk you through this insane AI tool that can generate any 3D character's face with just a text prompt. For example, I can type in The Weeknd face 3D and bam, there we go, easy as that. We can then load those face textures onto custom metahumans in Unreal Engine 5 to create some super realistic, high quality looking characters all for free. This is Chat Avatar by Hyperhuman. You can get started by typing anything you want into the chat prompt here. For example, maybe you want to make a specific person. Once you've done that, they even have this built-in AI chatbot that can help you add on to your generation prompt if you want. So I can choose from any of these auto-generated responses and it'll help tailor the prompt to get the best possible results. This is a super cool feature for making unique head textures on the fly. If we look at some of these examples, you can see people are adding tattoos, makeup, and more, all with just a text prompt. I'm going to keep my prompt brief here and hit generate. You have an option to pick from these different model seeds if you'd like to change the face shape on the fly, and there we go. I'm blown away at how fast this process is, considering before this, we were pretty limited to whatever options were inside of the MetaHuman creator. So next, we're going to bring this into Unreal Engine, and we need to do that by clicking export up here. It takes about 20 credits to export a 2K quality image texture, and don't be scared by that. You're given 200 credits to start, which is pretty great. As far as freemium goes, 10 free 3D characters all at the snap of a finger, and then if you want more than that, you can refresh your credits. I'm not sponsored by this at all. I wasn't given any free credits, completely unbiased review, so yeah, in my opinion, pretty great. We're going to click to select the MetaHuman option. Once that's finished packaging up, here is the folder that contains all of our textures and the 3D geometry. We're going to fire up Unreal Engine to get started, turning this into a MetaHuman. Now, before you do fire up the engine, you're going to want to install this Mesh to MetaHuman free plugin first. You can find that on the Epic Games Store. Just search under Unreal Engine. I'll even leave a link below. Once you've installed that to Unreal Engine, go ahead and fire it up. We're going to go up to the plugins here, search for the MetaHuman plugin, and make sure that that is enabled. Now we can drag and drop all of the textures and geometry that we created in Hyperhuman into our content browser in Unreal Engine. Then all we have to do is right click in the content browser, go to the MetaHumans tab and create a new MetaHumans identity. And again, if you're not seeing that, you need to make sure you enable that MetaHumans plugin first. So once you've done that, we can double click on the MetaHuman identity. We're going to go up here to the top left and under create components, we're going to go from mesh and we can select the mesh that we brought in from the AI website. So just double click on that. Let's go ahead and rotate this so it's looking towards the camera. So I'll select it and click E on my keyboard, and then I can just grab the red here and make this 90 degrees. And then we can hold down right click and you can use E and Q just to sort of raise up the camera and make this a forward perspective. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go over on the left. We're going to click on the body section, and this is where you can choose the body type for the MetaHuman. We can change this later on, so we'll just select this by default. Then we'll come over to neutral pose. Once we've selected that, we're going to come up here and we're going to click this promote frame button. Next, we can click on track markers from active frame, and that's going to track the geometry here. And if you guys need to, you can go in, just use your mouse wheel and you can adjust any of these track markers if you'd like. So let's now click on MetaHuman Identity Solve. And then finally, we can go up and click Mesh to MetaHuman. So I'm going to go Auto Rig Identity Skeletal Mesh plus Full MetaHuman. And then if it prompts you to log in, go ahead and log in. Once you do that, you'll see this message. A MetaHuman is also available in Creator and Bridge in the My MetaHuman section. So that means we are ready to go into the MetaHuman Creator and actually put together our character. So we can close this for now. And you can just search for MetaHumans on Google and click the second link, MetaHuman Creator. So once you've signed into the MetaHuman Creator, make sure that you're on the correct version that you're using for Unreal. I'm on 5.2, and we'll click Launch MetaHuman Creator. You're going to see the My MetaHumans tab, and we'll now have this new MetaHuman identity. This is what we set up in Unreal Engine. So let's go ahead and click Edit Selected to start customizing this. So first off, you're going to see you may have some issue with the eyes. This is common whenever you're working with this custom geometry. To fix that, we just need to go to Custom Mesh, select the inner eye area, and we can change the influence until that's fixed. Make sure you test out with some different facial expressions or animations. You'll see there's still a tiny bit of tearing depending on what I'm trying to do with the animation. So just adjust that. All right, so now what we can do is we can go over to skin. This isn't going to matter so much because we already have the custom skin texture created for us. So we'll paste that on at the end once we bring it back into Unreal Engine. But if you want, you can bring this up for reference here and you can try and match the skin to the rest of the body. So let's just click assign here and that should work for now. We just want the body sort of matching what we're going to do with the face. And from here, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much like a video game character creator. You guys can go through here, customize your metahuman however you'd like. So I'm just going to add hair, and we'll try and pick some eyebrows that are similar to the Weeknd because that's what I'm going for here. Also, I just realized because our face texture does have eyebrows and a little bit of facial hair, if you guys want, you could even leave that blank and just leave it to the texture. It's really up to you. So I'm going to give that a try. I'll leave the mustache blank. I'll leave the eyebrows blank, and I'll just give like this slight sort of facial hair like this. And that works for me. Let's bring this back into Unreal Engine and actually load on our custom face texture. So it should automatically save by default. Let's just go up here in the top left. I'm going to rename this, go back to the My Metahumans, and we should see this on the dashboard with all the changes we made. All right, so that's looking good. We can close this, and back in Unreal Engine here, let's open up our content drawer. We're going to right click and we're going to go to add Quixel content. And again, make sure you are signed in here in the top right so that you can actually see your custom metahumans. Here's just the default ones. Once you sign in, you'll see your custom metahumans built into there. And there we go. Now we have this My Metahumans tab. And here is the custom metahuman that we set up. So we can click it. We just want to first download this. And then once it's downloaded, we can click add. All right. So once your metahuman is downloaded, we just need to click add, and it's going to add this to the project. So once you have imported your character, you'll see in your content drawer, you're going to have this new metahumans folder that's created for you. And if we go into this folder, you can see all of the assets for our new custom metahuman. So let's just go back here. We're going to drag in the blueprint actor just like this. And it may take a little bit to build all of the shader cache or whatever's going on. So just give it some time, be patient. Either way, let's load in our custom face texture. So we're just going to select under the blueprint actor here under details. We'll scroll down until we find face. Here's our mesh. And then here's our materials for our face. So we can go to content drawer. We're going to go to face. And you want to find the fully baked synthesized face material. So it should be under materials, baked, and then right here. We'll double click on there. And yes, I know this looks extremely terrifying, but from here we can load in our custom texture. So just scroll down. Here's our base color, and this is the face texture that's by default that you get from metahumans. Let's load in instead our custom face. So we'll go up to content, and I just dragged in the normal drawer. So there it is, texture diffuse. We can swap that in by clicking here, and I'll just look up texture diffuse. There it is. And there is our custom texture. Now this also comes with a specular map and a normal map. And if you load those on, you're going to have a lot more detail. So let's go down to the normal, and we're just going to look up texture normal, which is what it's called. So there's texture normal. Now our normals are correct, and you see the lighting is automatically fixed. So in the top left, we're going to just save this asset, and then we can close this. And now as you see, our custom texture is loaded onto the face, and it looks pretty good. Now, if there's anything you'd like to change, for example, you don't want all the wrinkling on the forehead, or you want to change or customize some of these textures, you guys can always go into wherever the original texture was saved. You can right click on the diffuse here, and we can just go open with, and we can open that up with Photoshop. You can open up your texture in any photo editing software, and say we want to get rid of like the forehead wrinkles here. You can either use something like the smudge tool, the clone stamp tool, just to smooth things out. Let's try and maybe clone stamp a little bit just to add some texture in here. There you go. You can also use like the dodge or burn tool if you want to lighten something up. If you do want to use the metahuman eyebrows instead of your textured face eyebrows, I recommend you just clone stamp over top of the eyebrows to get rid of them. I think that if you're going for likeness, it's better just to keep the texture eyebrows, because even just having different eyebrows on a face can really break the illusion of the likeness. So keep that in mind. And yeah, once you've made all your adjustments, just export this out. Then you just go back into Unreal Engine and you do the same thing that you did to load on that custom face. We select here. You can find that in the content browser, materials, baked. Here's our baked material. And then you just scroll down to the diffuse map and you swap that out. So I can just drag in our new face, which is right here. And then I can just swap over to the new face. So Weeknd face fixed. There we go. Make sure once you do that, you always save. And these are like different browser windows. So make sure you're saving this one in particular. Then we can close that. And now you'll see it's updated. So that's about it, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you want to learn how to animate the face of this character or animate the body, all for free using your phone. I have a full 20-minute video showing you the entire workflow for custom metahumans, animating them completely from scratch. Check that out if you guys are interested. There's also the new Metahumans animator, which just came out with this Unreal Engine 5.2 update. I've been seeing some really cool results with that. I'll leave 2 cool tutorials that I found covering how to do that if you're interested in taking that route. So if you did enjoy, consider leaving a like. If this video gets around 1,000 likes, I'll make another video diving deeper into what you can do with AI and 3D in Unreal Engine. I've been seeing some really cool things like ChatGPT integrations and things like that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.